Haason Reddick requests a trade, and we have training camp to recap. A busy day for the New York Jets.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Guys, I want to talk to you about BetUS with my link. You can sign up down below as the pinned comment or in the description. They are giving a 125% match deposit bonus for your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. And you could get in on the fun. For instance, how about Breece Hall, Offensive Player of the Year? His odds are plus 1,400 for that. So if you're thinking that Breece Hall is going to have a big offensive year, you want to sprinkle a little cash on Breece Hall Offensive Player of the Year odds, do so by signing up using my link at BetUS. We are now 3 weeks into the Haason Reddick holdout, and he officially requested a trade today. Feels like a leverage play. A little bit scary, not going to lie. I'm not going to lie in the least. Hitting the panic button a little bit on this one. Look, here's my timeline. Wanted the Jets to keep Bryce Huff. They didn't. They let him walk in free agency. I was upset about that. They trade for Haason Reddick. Okay, I like that as a pivot. I would like the Jets to figure out a way to keep him this year and next year. I don't want to give him a long-term contract, 3-4 year deal. I don't think that's wise. I think there's a way for them to redo the money for this year to get the guarantees up. I think you could tack on an extra year to have him in that 2-year Aaron Rodgers window. Totally good with that. That's been my stance on this for a while. That's where I am. But this is getting ugly, man. Again, like, does this mean it's officially over? No, it's not. Again, this could be a negotiation ploy from Haason Reddick's camp because it feels like a stalemate. Neither side is moving on this, but they need to get this going in the right direction now. Right direction now, because the New York Jets actually do need Haason Reddick. The notion that some Jet fans have that just trade him, cut him, he's a headache, I don't want to deal with him, is dumb because you moved on from Bryce Huff. You traded away John Franklin Myers for a bag of nickels. And now if you did trade Haason Reddick, your starting edge rushers would be Michael Clemens and Jermaine Johnson with Will McDonald rotating in. That's scary. You went from having a deep room to, hey, you have Jermaine Johnson, who's a really good all-around edge, a good pass rush prospect in Will McDonald, and Michael Clemens, who's maybe a poor man's John Franklin Myers at best, is as the starter with a crap ton of UDFAs behind him. And I like those UDFAs. Eric Watts, I think, is an interesting developmental piece. Brian McGregor, the same thing. But this team is trying to win a goddamn Super Bowl this year. They're trying to be an elite-level defense. I do not want to take that risk and saying, give me the UDFA. That's actually what I want the Jets plan to be. Doesn't make sense. They need to figure out a way to get this done because this is a headache. There's no denying it. This is a headache now. So Olu Fashanu got his first work at right tackle for the New York Jets, and that's something that I'm really excited about. I think he should get those reps at right tackle. When we saw him in the preseason in week 1, his first game with the Jets at any level, I get it's not regular season, but still, in pass protection in particular, 14 pass pro reps, 0 pressures allowed. He did have the 1 false start, but I thought it was a very strong day for Olu Fashanu. Robert Saleh commented on why he had him working on the right side today.
You talked about the idea of cross-training Olu. How has that process been going in terms of his ability to play more than one spot?
It's been more. So today was the first day that we put him somewhere else. We tried him on the right side today, and we'll do that for the next couple of weeks so he can get that balance between left and right.
What did you like about his game on Saturday?
Olu, it's first time out for everyone. For rookies, there's a lot of there's always going to be things that you can take away that are good. There's going to be things that he's going to have to improve on. But looking forward to the second game because you'd like to see a big jump now that you've got the first game out of the way.
If, God forbid, there's an injury to Morgan Moses, I think it is the right decision that Olu comes in and plays. That's not a disrespectful thing to Carter Warren or Max Mitchell. I just think when you are trying to be competitive and trying to win a Super Bowl, you should get your best 5 offensive linemen out there. I think Olu is an upgrade over what Carter Warren or Max Mitchell offers you. And there's probably a world where Olu might have to play right tackle and left tackle this year. Are you going to get 17 full games from both Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses? I'd guess probably not, but would you sign up for like 12 plus games from each? I say yes, with Olu filling in another, we'll call it 6 to 10 games. I think that's a recipe for success on the Jets offensive line. Speaking of Jets first round picks, Aaron Whitecotton, the Jets defensive line coach, spoke on Will McDonald, and he thinks he's getting stronger.
Just incredible growth. He's gotten so much stronger. Credit to Nick Leaney and our weight room staff. He's definitely stronger, better edge setter. Like, all of his game has improved in that way. Mentally, I've seen him a more mature player. Not he was a problem or anything like that, just like understanding of the game, understanding of situations. He's come a long way. He's still got a long way to go, like all of us. But I am so excited for his progress, and the way, like, the steps that he takes every day are so encouraging, and Will's on the right track.
Friend of the program, Jets Talk 24/7 put out the Will McDonald every single play, and it was kind of making the rounds for the wrong reasons, with him getting pushed around in the run game a little bit, and he did have the nice spin move that led to a roughing the passer. Still don't really think it was a big roughing the passer call. I think it was a good rep from him. For me, I understand where some fans are concerned, and I'm not going to disagree when the fan concern is he's not an every down player. And I agree with that right now. I think he is a pass rush specialist, but I don't think that doesn't mean that, Will McDonald doesn't have a role on this team. I think he does. I think he's going to be one of this team's closers in the second half of games. Something that's going to be very different from last year and years gone by. The Jets with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, you're hoping that you're going to be playing with more leads. And from a defensive perspective, the Jets defense has had to do just unbelievable things to keep them in games and to even keep them relevant. But if the Jets jump out to a 10-point lead and in the second half, the team has to throw opposing team has to throw to get back into it. Well, that is an opportunity for your defensive line to get home with some sacks. That's when Will McDonald comes in. That's when Haason Reddick comes in. And that's when the defense maybe finally creates some turnovers as well. But again, for Will McDonald, I understand some of the fan concern. I do think some of it was a little bit overblown. I don't think he was horrible in the game against the Washington Commanders earlier this week, but kind of want to see more from Will McDonald as the next 2 games come along and as training camp continues. According to Robert Saleh, Jeremy Ruckert's going to be out for a couple days dealing with some things. That's why they signed a tight end. I would be surprised if we see Jeremy Ruckert in this second preseason game. I don't know how much we see of the starters anyway to begin with. So I think our one opportunity to maybe see some starters here for the Jets is going to be that third game against the Giants. But Jeremy Ruckert would not expect to see him, even though he's technically tight end too. Just a little bit banged up right now. Not a huge cause for concern, but something to keep an eye on. For the offense in general today, I thought I classify it as an up and down day, not necessarily, oh my God, they dominated the day, but I don't think it was a horrible day either. Some people are talking about the Aaron Rodgers interceptions today. Both of the picks came on free plays, so didn't really throw 2 interceptions, although yes, the ball was picked off, but in game situations, is that going to happen? I think he saw the opportunity that there was a free play and took a risk, and it was both picked off, and that's okay. Interceptions are going to happen, number 1, and number 2, especially on a free play opportunity, I'd rather you take that shot than go a conservative check down route. So that's the difference of having a veteran quarterback in there. It's going to make a big difference for the New York Jets, and it's a good thing. Speaking of good things, Tyler Conklin had an absolutely unreal catch, one-handed catch from Aaron Rodgers. I'm a Tyler Conklin guy. I think he's going to be good for the New York Jets this year. Probably, 3rd or 4th in targets behind Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. In the receiving game, maybe Mike Williams works his way up there or Malachi Corley, but I think we do see a lot of Tyler Conklin. And I think he's due for a really big year this year. That was pretty much it from today's Jets training camp. Make sure to subscribe for daily updates on the New York Jets. Thanks again to BetUS for sponsoring to today's video. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.